but today we're focusing on dinosaurs. Okay, let's talk about dinosaurs. There's no such thing as fossil fuel. People always say, why would they lie? Why would they lie? Well, let's start off with, they said that oil comes from dinosaur bones. And a lot of people don't believe me that that's what people used to say. It's the reason it's called fossil fuel is that 66, notice the numbers. I'm not a numerologist. I don't believe in the number stuff, but they do. 66 million years ago, the dinosaurs were wiped out. And Saurus means lizard. George Soros, Soros, lizard. Not a coincidence, guys. So, all of their decaying, rotting flesh and bones became oil. Do you guys know how many intact dinosaur bones have ever been found? Class? None. Do you know how many dinosaur skulls have ever been found? Class? None. They've all been speculated based on a tooth. We'll get into the bones very soon, but this is a fact that there are exactly 0 total intact dinosaur bones. Oh, big bear, they might be missing one. There's 0 skulls. Petrification and fossils don't even make sense. Yeah, there are fossils, but well, you know, we know how old that layer of sediment is because of the fossils that were in it, and we know how old the fossils that were in it because of the layer of sediment. That's called circular reasoning, and if you have a basic non-graveled education, you can spot it like that. They know how. Oh, this layer of rock is 1 million years old. So that means that these fossils are 1 million years old. How do you know that layer of rock is 1 million years old? Because the fossils in it are 1 million years old. I thought you said that's how you know how old the fossils are. It's a beautiful circle of nonsense. Dinosaurs went extinct because they all got AIDS. Right. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys so that when people call you stupid, you can just go, I'm not just going to say this based on speculation. I'll show you exactly how unbelievably stupid it is. And for people that now will not believe that everyone said oil came from dinosaurs, one of the reasons they made this hoax is to create a narrative that we were going to run out of oil. Why would anyone do that? So that they can raise the price of oil. It's called false scarcity. If you understand how markets work, it's supply and demand. There is an amount of demand, which can be manufactured by media and marketing manipulation. And then there's supply. So you have 10 hamburgers and there's a lot of demand for hamburgers. And then it goes to 1, the price of the hamburgers goes up. If there's 100 hamburgers and the same demand is there, the price goes down. If there's 100 hamburgers and you say there's only 1 hamburger and it's impossible to make more hamburgers because there's only hamburgers because a bunch of lizards died 66 million years ago, the price skyrockets permanently. Voila. And here is an old commercial. They used to put dinosaurs right on the oil commercials. For those of you that go, how dare you? Here we go. This is Sinclair.
From Symphony Hall, a very special performance under the baton of the distinguished guest conductor, Dino.
There's a nickel in it too. Nick Fuentes. Yeah. Nickel, 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 nickel. Nickel, nickel, nickel. Okay, so understand that
the only gasolines with nickel compound.
The only gasoline with nickel compound.
Engine wear as much as 29% or more miles per dollar.
Lies.
Get sparkling performance in your car.
Lie.
At the sign of the Sinclair dinosaur.
Okay, I took that off too quickly. Just look at this. All right, so it's the only one to have that magic nickel. Guys, this is not new. These people just lie all the time for money and power. Watch.
Liquid nickel cuts engine wear as much as 29% or more miles per dollar. Get sparkling performance in your car at the sign of the Sinclair dinosaur.
How dare you? I love the how dare the guy question. How dare you? So we all know now that putting nickel in your gas doesn't help at all. But, you know, look for that magic dinosaur. They had to erase it because it's so stupid. Because not only is there not a shortage or a limit of gasoline or oil, we just keep getting more. You know, they'll pump out an oil field and then 20 years and dry, and then 20 years later it's full again. It's not from dinosaurs, guys. And it's so obvious that they had to erase that entire narrative. Can we get a rebroadcast? Hang on, I'm gonna read the ones that do a lot of lemons. Can we get a rebroadcast of this stream? Yeah, unauthorized.tv, but I leave it up here for as long as they let me. I think it's 3 days. And follow all my clip channels on YouTube. And yeah, your mileage may vary. I mean, all right. 29, what's next? It's coming straight from, 29 adds to 11, which is the start of a spell. I don't believe that, but they do, and it does work for them. We'll get to that. I bet Nick gets a lot of liquid nickel. Yeah, he does. Him and MTV. Nick Fuentes, MTV. MTV, Nick Fuentes. It's hilarious. All right, so most dinosaurs, if you just Google this is like what Google considers fact. They put it in the info as soon as you Google something. Most dinosaur bones discovered are highly radioactive. Because of this, the bones displayed in museums are covered with heavily leaded paint. Mainstream scientists explain this phenomenon by citing elemental uranium deposits in Colorado and Wyoming. These deposits were formed during the Jurassic Age. Okay, so let that sink in. So these bones are in the ground all the time. They're just always there. And they're not even bones, they're fossils. They're just imprints of where bones were. I'm just going with what they're saying. It's all nonsense. Try and understand 1,000,000 years. Understand 1,000 years. You know, America's only been here for, a few hundred years. Now go 1,000 years. You know, have you ever seen a book from imagine like the Magna Carta, 1,000-year-old document. Ooh. Now picture 2,000. You're going back to the age of Jesus Christ. That's so long ago. You get the Shroud of Turin or something, and it's like, whoa. Now go back. Now double that, and double that, and double that, and double. But now go back 10,000 years, 50,000 years, 100,000. That's 50 lengths to Jesus Christ. Now 10 of those 100,000s. That's just 1 million. And they say all the dinosaurs have been gone for 66 million. How would they know a fucking they don't know a thing about what's happening right now in Syria. And it's all lies. Look at how the media will cover something from a week ago, let alone 100 million years ago, based on an imprint in stone. Okay, I'm trying not to be condescending because it's so obvious to someone like me, but I'm trying to walk people through this, that they say that the bones are radioactive. And you can actually, according to this, check this out. Okay, so the deadly truth about paleontology. Paleontology may seem like a tame, safe science where only the studied objects are dead. But beware, certain aspects of paleontology are just as dangerous as letting an inquisitive tortoise near your testicles or getting your finger between a frog and... Okay, they're saying that being a paleontologist can give you cancer because it's radioactive, which is why they have to cover the bones with paint. And it's why in museums, 100% of bones are fake. You've never seen a dinosaur bone. In fact, they're not available to the public because they're radioactive. Okay? 66 million years ago, they claim a meteor hit the earth and was so violent that it created radioactive, in just the bones, not the dirt around the bones. That's fine. You can live in Colorado. You can live in Wyoming. Live in Vernal, Utah. No problem. But the bones you see, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm literally trying to tell you what their argument is. But the bones, which aren't bones, the bones have been gone for millions of years. It's the imprint of the bones that have been fossilized, which is just stone. There's no flesh or DNA in any of it, obviously. Hang on, 65 million. We're going to get to that. Even Chernobyl wouldn't be radioactive. Chernobyl isn't radioactive right now. Radioactivity isn't real. That's a whole other... See, that's the thing, is when you understand a lot of these lies, you can put it together and see right through it very easily. Chernobyl isn't radioactive right now. Guys, that was from the 80s. Anthony Bourdain went there and did a cooking show. 3 Mile Island in Pennsylvania isn't radioactive right now. Hiroshima and Nagasaki, there were functioning trains the week they claimed to drop atomic bombs. Don't believe anything with space or radiation. Oh, thanks for the diamonds, by the way. Uncle worked in a uranium mine 50 miles outside of our town for his whole life. Hang on. He had a normal amount of arms. Yeah, guys, it's all about energy. Hang on, let me slow down the chat. Or no, I can speed up the chat a little. Let's put it at 60. No, I'm not going to be a dick. I was going to put it at 66 seconds. 60 seconds. All right, so you can talk more. It was at 120. The Grabber stories are wow, my eyes hurt. Just wait. It gets even more insane. Supposedly they have found a bone with red blood cells in it. Of course they won't. Right. Imagine when they say they found bury an egg in your backyard and check it out in a month. Now apply that to 100 million years. I hate doing this, guys. It's so exhausting for someone like me, but this is going to help a lot of people see through it. Okay, they say that the dinosaur bones are radioactive and they will give you cancer. So that's why they're made, you can't make this up, they're made out of ground up chicken bones from China, and then they put lead enamel over it so you don't get cancer. And you're never allowed to see any of the bones, and no complete skeletons exist, and there are no dinosaur skulls. Guys, I used to like dinosaurs so much that I currently have stuffed animal dinosaurs from what my mom made me as a child, and my son still plays with them. What do? I say the pterodactyl is a hawk. And I say, look, it's just like a hawk. I just have made the transition. And the other one's a funny monster, a lizard, because there are Komodo dragon, stuff like that. Like giant, scary lizards do exist, but the dinosaur story is beyond nonsense. So then what happens? Here, this is according to Smithsonian.com. The anatomy of dinosaur sex. Despite the rarity of direct evidence, paleontologists know quite a bit about dinosaur gonads. Here's a pair of Tyrannosaurs, T-Rexes restored in the act at Spain's Jurassic Museum. Okay, so they're miming fucking in a museum that children go to. Why? Why wouldn't you if you were these guys, these perverts? They invent a whole story that's nonsense. Those bones right there, those aren't real bones. Those are chicken bones ground up and put together based on nonsense. Who first coined the term dinosaur? It was Sir Richard Owen of the Royal Society in the 1840s. Based on what, you ask? Nothing. They had not discovered any bones. They created it. Who did he do it with? Aldous Huxley's grandfather. Who is Aldous Huxley, you might ask? Aldous Huxley wrote A Brave New World. He's a science fiction writer, and he comes from a bloodline that goes back in England that's very close to royalty, and it's about energy and power cartels. So they come up with the thing called dinosaurs. By the way, this is mainstream history. Mainstream history, guys. So when these newspapers want to shame me and say, oh, Owen thinks that dinosaurs is a Smithsonian lie. It is. Sir Richard Owen, named with Aldous Huxley's grandfather, came up with dinosaurs with no bones in the 1840s. That's it. That's when it all started. How many bones have they discovered since then? 0 complete skeletons and 0 skulls. How many partial skeletons of T-Rex do they even claim? 12. Okay, total. It's all numerology, guys. This is all a spell, and that's why they have to stick to numerology so much. Okay, so what do we have here? Where is it? So what caused the extinction of the dinosaurs? Look at the numerology, guys. And I don't believe it's from God. I think it's from man, but look at it. The extinction was caused by the impact of a massive comet or asteroid 6 to 9 miles wide 66 million years ago, which devastated the global environment mainly through, they claim that chickens are now dinosaurs, that they evolved to chickens, but yet they claim they were set extinct an incalculable amount of time ago that happens to line up exactly with Talmudic and Kabbalah numerology spells. Right? Do you not see that? They are chickens. They're chicken bones. They're making bones out of chickens. I'll just make claims. Just go look it up. There are 0 complete dinosaur skeletons. They say you can't examine the real bones because they're radioactive. That's why they have to put lead paint on it. That's an obvious lie that your common sense will tell you. Every site that they find dinosaur bones is somehow completely controlled by the Smithsonian or the Carnegie Foundation or the Rockefellers. Okay? If you talk to any engineers, they will show you that the dinosaur legs would buckle under those proportions, and their insides would fall out based on their on the engineering of their rib cage. It's not functional. It's out of the... Okay, so how do we know the most about dinosaurs? It's Steven Spielberg's movie Jurassic Park. Now, can we go... Let's look through Steven Spielberg.